So I figured I'd show some morning chicken chores now that it's colder out. So the first thing I have to do in the morning is come out and empty their bowl. Their bowl freezes up. So you just take it and flip it over and step on it. And as you can see, there's 2 days worth of ice here. It just kind of kicks out. This is yesterday's. You can see it's frozen to the ground. This is this morning's. It's kind of just kicked out. These bowls are pretty nice because they're rubber. So you can flip it over and kick it, step on it. It crushes in. So here, let's show you this one. So you can just do that when it's flipped over, and that pops the ice out. And then you just pick it back up, flip it back over and fill it up. We don't have a hose out here, like an underground hose that can not, frost free, I guess is what they're called. So I got to lug out water. So we use a old Brita container, give them a good size amount of water. In the afternoon, we'll have to come out and kick the bowl once or twice to make sure it's not frozen, and the same thing in the evening before they get put to bed. But yeah, that's pretty much how that works. It is a little tedious. At some point I'd like to get a hose out here, but for right now it's okay. People also can get heated water containers. They're like metal ones that have a coil underneath of them. And those supposedly work okay, but I'm always worried about fire with the chickens. Just because they live in a very dusty environment that is, just pure wood and dust and wood dust, so highly flammable. I prefer not to put anything electrical in there. So next thing we do in the morning, because we're at the new place and we don't have electricity yet out here, or don't have the door opener, I should say, is I have to manually open the door. I wait till it's just about sunrise. You can see that the sky is light, but it's not completely daytime yet. It's about, 15-20 minutes before sunrise, or about sunrise. Yep, and then we just open this up and the ladies will come see what's going on here and come on out. So good morning, Becky. And then I throw some grain on the ground for them because they really like to have some grain in the wintertime. Get out of the way here. You can see 2 have already come out, and they'll of course go get a drink because they're thirsty at night. We never put water in the coop at any point. Chickens don't like to be wet, and I don't want to take the chance that the water gets knocked over and they get frostbite because they got wet when it was really cold. As long as they're dry, they'll usually be okay. You can see that they're looking pretty good this morning. Pretty happy. Some of the others are still in there, sleeping late, I guess. They'll come out at some point. They don't love the snow, so they kind of hide out. But as first thing in the morning job, that's pretty much what we have to do. We give them water, we give them some grain, a little bit of scratch grains. We clean out the water can, and then we allow them to have their day. They're free to free range here, so we open the side, let them do what they want to do. What? What are you barking at? Huh? Hey, get out of there. I don't know what the dog's problem is. He sees something, evidently. But, yeah. So back to what I was saying. They're free to do what they want to do during the day. You can see another one has come out now. They'll all end up coming out, all 11 of them. But for right now, that's what the morning chores look like. I'll show you a little more of afternoon chores when it's later in the day. Okay, so it is now afternoon time. So for our midday checkup on the chickens, what we're gonna do is give them a little treat. For lunch, we're gonna give them some chopped up pieces of bread. We had it's like the end of the bread, the crust or whatever you wanna call it. And then we have a small squash that was starting to turn. You can see it's not bad yet, but it's definitely got some spots in it. The chickens don't care, they love it, and they love the seeds. The seeds are like their favorite thing in the whole world. So we'll go give them this. In the summertime, of course, we don't have to give them as much because, they can free range and pick at stuff. But as you can see right now, there's just not much for them to pick at because everything's covered with snow. We don't have a ton of snow right now, but when there is a lot of snow, it definitely takes longer. Hello, ladies. Okay, and we'll check their water, see if it needs to be, and if there's any ice that needs to be broken. It hasn't frozen over, so that's good. Yesterday it froze over pretty quick, so it's definitely warmer today. But yeah, we'll just give them this. You can see that they automatically just go crazy for it. They love the seeds of these. If you watch them, they will start eating the seeds pretty much immediately. Everybody likes to pick away at it. They'll get some bread. They all like to have snacks, you know. Everybody likes a nice lunch. So once again, we don't have to do this as much in the summertime because they do get a good amount of forage just from walking around the forest, right? You know, picking up stuff or, you know, eating the grass. But when the grass is completely covered with snow like it is right now, you know, you can see there's not much grass to be seen anywhere. So they don't really have a lot to eat at. So giving them a little supplement like this every day is good. Now, of course, we don't give them squash every day. Some days we'll give them little bits of lettuce, whatever kind of vegetables we might have laying around the house. And if there's some bread or something, they really enjoy a little bit of bread here and there. We don't give them bread all the time, of course, either, like anything. You don't want to give them too much of any one item. But I don't particularly like the end of the loaf of bread to make a sandwich with, so they're happy to get it. You can see that they go right for the seeds. You can see one of the 1 through 6 there is just picking them out of the middle of the squash there. They really, really enjoy the seeds. The seeds are definitely one of their favorite things to eat. And right now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 out here, so they're all out, even though it's cold. They've been kind of hiding inside a lot lately because it has been so cold. But yeah, they're just gonna leave them with that. The water did not need to be kicked, so normally what we would do is just come out here in the afternoon and kick that, because if it's cold enough, that of course will freeze over during the day, and we want to make sure they have access to fresh, clean water at all times. So, well, at all times during the day. We don't put water in the coop, as I mentioned earlier. But yeah, so there we go. They're going to have their lunch, and I'm going to go back inside and get back to work now that my lunch is over. So I guess I could have also mentioned that this is usually the time of day when I go get eggs. In the middle of the winter here, they definitely seem to have started slowing down, which is to be expected. We were kind of surprised that they were laying so well for so long. They were still giving us 6 to 8 eggs a day just as of a couple weeks ago, but now it is starting to get colder. The days are definitely at their shortest, you know, sunlight at least, and the eggs production has slowed to, you know, 2 to 4 eggs a day from the 11 chickens. So that's still plenty enough for us. We just don't have as many to give to all the neighbors right now, but for us it's perfectly good. So okay, we'll be back in a little bit, you know, when the work day's done, and I'll show you what we do to close them up at night. All right, so now it is now evening time, as you can tell. The sun is kind of gone down. It's getting dark. It's not real dark yet, but it's getting dark. And we're gonna go check on the chickens, make sure everybody made it back in the coop, close her up for the night. And we'll just make sure that everybody's in good shape. We'll also do one final egg check for the evening, in case anybody did lay an egg. We don't want there to be one sitting out and then freeze overnight and crack. So come down here, no chickens left in the run. Got a lady right here, but I'm not gonna let her back out. Close this up. There we go. Look at the water. You can see the water did start to freeze over a little bit. It's a little slushy, not too bad. They ate a good deal of their pumpkin treat. See, they picked away at it pretty good. They'll continue to eat that tomorrow. And you notice all the seeds are gone. There's not a seed left. They love the seeds so much. And the bread is also gone. All right, bye, watch out. So I know I don't have to at night, but I close up the run just in case. You know, it's probably not a necessity, but I like to close it up just to give one more layer of protection for them. You know, keep that door protected. Now we'll come in here, we'll take a look how they're looking this evening. Do a quick egg check. Make sure that nobody's going to run out here. Let's see, you can see they're on their roost already. I'm going to put this on pause for a second so I can use the flashlight. Okay, so I looked around. I got one egg. She doesn't try to jump over and bite my finger. She likes to bite my finger sometimes. I'm going to let these ladies go to bed. Good night, ladies. Make sure we do a count. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that's everybody. All right. Close it up. and then just latch it for the night so they stay safe. They'll be in there all night. Got the 1 egg, so we got 3 eggs today. Not bad. All right, I'm gonna carry some wood back to the house because it's getting kind of cold and need to put some more wood on the stove. Let the dog run around back there, go to the bathroom. But that is pretty much how it goes for a winter day with the chickens. Some days we do give them more snacks than others. Today there's not a lot. You know, pumpkin, a little bit of pumpkin squash, and that's pretty much it. You know, a little bit of bread, but it's mostly just keeping their water cold, you know, keeping their water clean and not frozen over, and making sure that they have enough you know, snacks and other things to keep them busy. The snacks are really to keep them occupied. You know, if they're picking at that and doing things, they're not picking at each other. There's just not much for the chickens to do right now. They don't really like to scratch around in the forest or in the grass when there's snow everywhere. So we're doing that just to give them some kind of activity so that they can keep busy and not pick at each other, because chickens can be kind of nasty to each other. So, okay, well, that's it for right now. Hope you enjoyed this video on how we take care of the chickens, you know, on a day-to-day basis in the wintertime when it's cold and snowy. And, you know, the snow is falling a teeny little bit right now. We're expecting more snow throughout the night, and of course, you know, the winter, of course. So, yeah, we got to just keep the girls happy, keep them fed, keep them well taken care of. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up, like the video. You can click the little bell if you subscribe to the channel and get updates when we post new videos. We do try to post videos as regularly as possible about our animals and our gardening and just our home in general. So yeah, if you enjoy it, thumbs up, to like the video, click the subscribe button, and hit the bell button to get notification when new videos do come out. Thanks again, and have a good one.